Yo, welcome to the Man-Cave. Drown they legends. WNBA news. We about to ring the bell. Leave Diggy, Coach Edd, we got the scoop. On and off the court, watch the power move. Yeah. From the hardwood glory to the locker room chats. We cover it all, ain't no need for no stats. Sipping on knowledge, pouring out the truth. Supporting the queens who brings the fire, that's the proof. So sit back, turn it up, let the stories unfold. Yeah, WNBA, we bring the heat, the future's bold. In the man cave where the legends collide. Leaf Dickey and Coach Edd got that East Coast pride. What? WNBA vibes, we breaking it down. From the game to the grind, let's wear that crown. Yeah. Stay tuned in, we keeping it real. The stories of strength and the heart that you feel. Hey. Dishing out knowledge like assists we aim. Whoa. In the man cave where we elevating the game. Okay. So grab your seat, let the action ignite. Yeah. WNBA, we bring it to light. Keep it tight.
What's going on, everyone? Peace and blessings. And thank you to everyone for tapping in today for another episode of the Courtside View in the W with my Man-Cave and me, Coach Edd. Leaf is off this week on vacation. Leaf, hope you're having a good time. We're excited to be here to talk about the ladies. So appreciate it again, everyone being here. Make sure that you guys hit that like button. Hit the like for Cave, myself, Leaf, the Hardcore Sports Network, the Aboriginal Sports Network. We have all the information there in the description. If you're on Facebook, give us a thumbs up. If you're on Twitter, just hit the heart. Show the brothers some love, man. Really thankful for everyone being here. So got a lot to get into tonight. But before I do, Cave, how you doing, bro?
Man, I am doing great, man. It's a nice sunny day, man. I can't complain. Lots going on in the W, man. So, hey, it's a great time and a great day to be here, man. Stuff like that, man. And hey, summer league basketball, NBA, you know what I'm saying, is not about the tapering off, but it's all about the ladies, man. So we're happy and we're good, man. Because right now we at the midway point of the season, halfway point. So, hey, it's where it all at, and that's where it's at.
All right. He definitely is the midpoint. So, got some things to talk about. You guys have seen the thumbnail, so we're going to get right into it. But again, make sure you guys hit up all the channels here. Sub up if you haven't already done so, and get notified. And make sure you get into the chat it up. This will help get this out into the algorithm and grow the channel. So really appreciate everything. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to start. I know this will be a hot topic, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cave, man.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, usually recently you've been seeing a lot of things with Caitlin Clark in the news and stuff like that, man. So I'm wondering, it's just like, man, as she went from the darling of the league to now a villain of the league. And if so, how fast had that happened, man? Because she's only been in the league about 3 seasons. I mean, because she came in as a darling, and Angel Reese came in as the villain, right? Some people think so it's like a lightning rod. But, so far, hey, that lust has worn off a little bit. But we'll see, if the lust has worn off, I know I got my opinions about it. So, Coach, let me ask you, what is your opinions about Caitlin Clark? And, do you think she's still a darling of the league, or she's a villain, or in between?
To be honest with you, it kind of comes across as both. Because there's a large facet. She has a big popular, a lot of people who love her, so, and they fight hard for her. So, but there are those out there who, who have their thoughts. I was just watching earlier today on, Shady McCoy in that crew, Emmanuel Object, Speak Easy. And they were going in. I mean, if you want, I can play the clip, man. We can check it out, man.
Just a little of the clip. Just a little.
Okay, I'll bring it on.
Yeah, but yeah, oh man, oh yeah, everybody's having a topic. Everybody can talk about what they feel, their point of view and stuff like that. Everybody got a lot to say, because hey, you got a good sample size now. It ain't like, you only like in your rookie season or something. It's the 3rd year in the league, so it's a little sample size and stuff like that. So
Where is
Yeah,
it?
man. You know, the Speak Easy guys, you know how they go in, man.
Here
Shady
it is.
McCoy, Acho,
Mm-hmm.
and what's
Here it
his
is.
name? TJ Hushmanzada.
Play with the with the
Oops.
face of the league like that? Yeah, okay. Play with the face of the league like that? Yeah, okay.
Okay, what happened?
I've never seen the face of any league ever in the history of history get talked to like that and get benched like that. That's crazy. She's this bigger than the game, bigger than the league, bigger than her team, bigger than all this stuff, and we want to put her on this pedestal, but she gets benched? I ain't never seen Jordan get benched. I never seen Kobe get benched. I never seen.
All right, that's it. I'm gonna stop it right
That's the
there.
gist of it. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's a hot topic, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he has a good point though. If you're the face of the league, you've never seen faces of the league get benched and get treated the way she's getting treated, whether from a coach's. Now, some of it is of her own accord. Yes.
Right.
You know, she has contributed, but some of it, you know, you do wonder sometimes, you know, is she getting unfairly targeted by players, by referees? Now, could that be that they're just tired of her and they're fatigued, and there's a level of fatigue? I do think that is there, but overall, I think in terms of the darling villain, it really depends on which side you're on, because it could go both ways. It really can. You know, and you know, her fan base, they fight hard for her. They really do. And then there's those others, you know, who fight hard against her because, you know, like, you know what I've been saying, you know, to those people who say that she's the reason why the WNBA is having sex. Has she contributed to help bring eyes to the league? Yes. But she's not the end all be all. There's a lot of players in this league who are much better than her. Look, Paige Beckers has come in and she's played way better than her in 1 year. One last year?
Yeah, it's 2 years.
2 years.
Right.
What she was supposed to do coming into this league, no one talks about this. But wasn't Sabrina Ionescu doing the same thing? And she wasn't getting the hate?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, you know, I don't know. I mean, it just, ever since the LSU Iowa event, when Angel did this, you know, everyone seems to, you know, love her or hate Angel. But, and I've said it to quite a few Caitlin Clark fans, and they tried to, you know, she never did that. And I pulled up the clip of her in Iowa where she did do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and that's why it's, you know, she does bring this on her own accord. She does, you know, act. She does throw the tantrums, and, you know, she does act like, you know, her shit don't stink when it really does. So, you know, she has contributed to it. But then there on the other side, there is that facet that, you know, some players, not all, have really attacked. Now, I'm not talking about when you're attacking her, you know, playing the game, when you try to get her one-on-one. I'm not talking about that. I'm just, you know, I'm just talking about the other part of the play, like the Alyssa Thomas situation.
Oh, the one where, when she got the what you call to her throat.
Yeah.
the supposedly hold down and stuff like that.
And you know, the you know, the hand to the throat. Okay, that's fair. You know, the refs miss it. They all miss it. You know, and you want to say that's questionable, you know, or it's dirty, whatever. I get it. It that's not needed in the game, so that's fair. But, you know, overall, you know, and like I said, it just, to me, it really just depends on which side of the fence you're on.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I mean, for me, like I said, man, I mean, this whole Caitlin Clark thing, like I said, I agree with you at some points as far as, like, you know, she has the Caitlin Clark hive, you know, so she's the darling, you know, still of the league. And then, of course, you're going to have the other side where people don't care too much for her. And like I said, don't get me wrong, great player like Caitlin Clark, man, but some of this started at Iowa, just like Coach said. And the one play I keep going back to is when they played South Carolina when she shooed away Raven Johnson, and that was a play that really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way about that. It's like you don't disrespect somebody like that on the basketball court, especially in a game like that. Like shooting her like, oh, she ain't nothing. He's like, yo, you could leave her out there. She could, that was a big disrespect, and that's what Angel Reese and them took to heart when they played them that following game against, I guess I don't know, it was a championship or something like that. But
it was in the championship, yeah.
And that was a big thing when Angel Reese and them was like this, like, yo, they saw that. It's like, yo, you don't disrespect somebody like that on the court. And, she was, and from there, like I said, she has her little quirks and stuff like that. She did some good things at Iowa, but she did a lot of some underhanded stuff at Iowa in games and stuff like that. And people remember that, and, players remember that and stuff like that, and it has carried on into the WNBA. And, do you think players are targeting her just like they was targeting Angel Reese and all that, giving them initiation into the WNBA? Did they take it? Sometimes I think they took a little too far. They could have, because Kennedy Carter thing and all that stuff during the rookie season and stuff like that. But like I said, Caitlin does it. She dishes out the people. If you big enough to dish it out, you should be big enough to receive it too. So I don't think Caitlin, like I said, she knows she deserves what she gets. You know what I'm saying? But I think as far as some of the other things in the WNBA now, as far as the defense, her defense is being questioned and things like that. She is the face of of the league and stuff like that. And then you got to look at it, like I said, she played for the Fever. When she came there, Aaliyah Boston was already there, so she had an established player on the team. Unlike Paige Becker, who came to Dallas with nobody really established, but Arika. But now look at them, what they do in a year through what's that, year 2? Because now they 16-8. They like one of the top 4 teams out there and stuff like that. So she has elevated her game, and Arika don't have. Paige don't have that much help like Arika had with Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Sophie Cunningham, all these players, things like that. But little by little they building a team up and stuff like that. But yeah, you know what? I think she is becoming a villain in the league because of some of the plays that you're seeing. Me and Coach already seen some of it where it looked like she's just like flopping or acting, some of these plays and stuff like that. And of course, the one Alyssa Thomas, but Alyssa Thomas got Angel Reese too. Last year in her rookie season, she really got her too. So, that's just AT, right? Alyssa Thomas, that's how she is. But as far as the villain role, I think she should embrace it. Yeah, go ahead and be the villain. I'm a Duke fan, so I know all about the villain role. Duke players are all villains, so that's how we thrive off of that. We're not. People say we're the darlings, but we also the most hated team. We're villains. Hey man, accept it and just embrace it, man. Just do what you got to do. Hey, you go to other arenas. Hey, just go out and do some work. Go do work. Show them. Go out there and step out there and knock it down. Put up some big numbers against those teams and relish that role and take it on, man. And like I said. And then you look at the players. What the players picked up, like 11th in the league at guard. Even the players voted. And Candace Parker went the hell off on that because the players voted her the 11th best, I think, guard in the league. And Candace Parker's like, you can't tell me this. You can't be serious. So it's not just it's the players too. The players in the league. They vote. They know what's going on and stuff like that, and they have their agenda. She has her agenda, so. Hey, go out there and prove them wrong, man. But like I said, yeah, with her, it's just a double-edged sword. She's going to be a darling for the Caitlin Clark Hive, and she's going to be a villain for the others. So, but hey, you can't make everybody like you. Some people going to like you. A lot of people going to hate you. That's just the nature of the beast. You're just going to have to roll with it.
You made a great point about her embracing being a villain. Who, as Knicks fan, who is 2 of the greatest villains for New York. And they played for the same franchise, Reggie Miller and Halliburton, and they embrace it. And you're right. Sometimes you embrace that because there's nothing better than being a villain and you break your opponent's heart. You break the fans' heart when you beat them. So, I get you where you're coming from. So, wait a minute. Anthony says, who's the only current player in the top 5 in scoring and assists? Well, I will always say this, and anyone who knows me, I'm not big on stats, analytics, and all that. They're a metric that you use, but my eyes don't lie to me. I've coached over 40 years, and it doesn't matter if it's a different sport. Just because you go by stats, then there have been some players in the course of history whose stats have been up there, but you can tell they're just not a good player. So, you want to balance it out. What about her leadership skills? If you want to talk about Indiana, look, and I was just on another stream earlier today with someone who's an Indiana fan, and he said Indiana plays better without Caitlin Clark. So, and there are fans who are saying that. So I get it. I get it. So she got to be the villain. She's not good enough to be the darling. Well, that's your opinion. I disagree with you. Paige is definitely better than Caitlin Clark. The only thing Caitlin might have over her is probably her three-point shooting depth. But in terms of critical times of making the clutch plays, don't forget, Paige is won championships in college, so she knows what it takes to win. So in terms of her ability, Paige plays the defensive lane. She gets a lot of deflections, a lot of steals. That's why I say stats are not the only thing. So, and it's not all about the scoring and assists. There's more to it in terms of basketball. And coaches look at where are you in your defensive assignment. You can look at Caitlin, and she's not always in the proper position defensively. Paige is. Paige knows sometimes, such and such might be a little bit faster. Let me play off of her and force her to shoot. So there you go. So
let's look at it like this way. Name the injury history.
Okay.
I mean, what's saying Caitlin Clark has not had a bigger injury history than Paige Beckers. Paige Beckers has had like a couple of ACLs and all that type of stuff. And look at the player that she still is. If that happened to Caitlin Clark, would she still be the same player? I mean, I don't know. But what I'm saying, somebody who has a extensive injury history and still perform at a high level, that says a lot about the player. You know what I'm saying? That says a lot about the player. And then you look at Paige Beckers. Dallas right now is 16-8. They could be a little bit better too. They're 16-8. And they don't have as much talent as Indiana has, or that Caitlin came in with Aaliyah Boston, like I said, Kelsey Mitchell, and then those other players and stuff like that. But it's one of those that's going to be a topic and debate for a long time. But hey, when they play each other, they're going to see what's going to happen. That's where they're going to take it up on the court. But like I said, long injury history Caitlin rarely got injured in college. She just started getting little injuries, but Paige had major injuries, and she's still playing at a high level. Imagine if she never had none of those injuries, she would be playing at an even higher level.
Cabrons, I will say this. That's not fair. She's much better than Tim Tebow was in the NFL. She really is. She's definitely a better player. Overall, Tim Tebow was just not good as an NFL football player, period. Caitlin Clark is still a WNBA player. She's still a good pro. And you know what, Anthony? You keep going to the numbers, fine. That's your metrics. You can't change the way I think and the way I see it, okay? As far as college, we're Knicks fans. And one of the things that people talk about, which they put into the argument to give Jalen Brunson his credit, they talk about what he did in college. So you can't, your history is your history. I don't care if you talk about Lou Alcindor, aka Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan. Your college history is part of your history. So you can't just discard it. It's part of who she is. It's part of who they are. So, but she's best to you. That's your opinion. We'll leave it at that. We can agree to disagree. Go ahead, Dave.
But I'm gonna say this about numbers. Numbers is one thing, but who has a better record? For as far as the team record, that's the whole thing. Individual records are great, but it's all about the team. It's about the team. When Michael Jordan was in the league, he was killing it early in the league with Doug Collins as his coach. They wasn't going anywhere until they got Phil Jackson, and then they started winning games. His numbers wasn't as he wasn't putting up 60-point games and stuff like that. They started putting up like 30-point games and stuff like that, and they became better. It's about, you could score all the points you want, but is your team winning games? Can they win games? That's the whole thing. And the record at the end, where they're going to lead them? Are you going to be what seed you're going to be at the end of the into the playoffs and stuff like that? Yeah, like I said, stats is great, but sometimes stats is like, hey, sometimes stats can be padded, or sometimes it is what it is. But it's all about the team goals. It's not about individual goals. Individual goals are nice, but like I said, the main thing is the team. Are you helping your team win? Are your team one of the top teams in the league? That's the most important thing, you know. And then we say empty stats. I didn't get my championship ring yet. I mean, I don't think they're gonna give me one. I mean, I gotta go give me a fake one or something, right? I gotta go get mine off the swap meet. I gotta go to a.
I may not get an NBA Knicks one, but I got my championship rings. So, but no, Gabe, you made some excellent points there, man. I mean, you know, there's just so many facets. That's why I say my eyes don't lie to me. The film doesn't lie to me. So, again, Anthony, that's your opinion. Great job.
Hold on, if she is, why she getting berated by her coach on the sidelines? He said, why they berated? And that's on national TV. That ain't in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I like tough love. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, hey, you see doing something, you gotta do it better. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, like I said, and listen, nobody hating Caitlin Clark. We just like, yo, hopefully she gets her game to get better and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. She's a good player. Don't get me wrong. She's a great player. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like Coach said earlier, yes, she has brought eyes to the WNBA, but so has other players. Because the WNBA was here before her, and it's going to be here after her. The WNBA was like 20-some years before she came into the league. So it's been a league that's been thriving and still been, operating and stuff like that. And it's going to continue to operate. Then you're going to get some other better players coming in. Juju Watkins, these other players are coming in behind too. So, hey, let the good times roll, man. There's going to be a lot of better players here. The WNBA is in great hands, you know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, you know, I was looking at something and it showed it. It broke it down. The league is in great hands. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic. And go ahead, Kate.
Yeah, this next topic is what's behind the Phoenix Mercury nightmare. This was a team that last year was playing in the was it the finals? Or
yeah, they went to the finals
against the Aces, and I mean they gave the Aces fits last year, and I'm like, yo, Phoenix is they're gonna be a problem for some years to come with these against the Aces and stuff like that. And man, what they say, what a difference a year makes, huh? What a difference a year makes. Is Phoenix is like now they are like, I think they ranked like 13th. They at the bottom now. They at the bottom, and I don't know what's going on Phoenix. So, but I'll ask Coach, and then I have my opinion about. Then, Coach, what do you see going wrong with the Phoenix Mercury?
Well, I'm baffled with the Mercury. I'm really baffled. And the only thing, because you have some of the key players who were there from last year, the one key player who's not there is Satu Sabally. And it leaves me wondering, is that the reason? I don't want to go there totally, but it's like, you know, I've watched them. You know, AT is still trying to lead. Juana Bonner's out there. Kalia Carpenter. Kalia was out for a little bit to start, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. So that started slow, but, you know, still you figure they would pick up and, you know, take it from there. But the only thing that leaves me wondering is it Satu Sabally? I mean, what's your take?
Yeah, it looked like it's a couple of things with them. Is like sometimes injuries and departures. Like I said, because they lost. What's the girl name? She was on a team last year. Get the names right. They lost Satu Sabally and Catherine Westbeld. Westbeld is not on the team no more. Mm-hmm. Sammy Whitcomb, I think she's back now. I think she's back with And then another person they lost was Giovanna Nojic, who left in the team. She left mid-season to play overseas in Russia. So it's been a lot of turmoil. It's been a lot of that, yeah, it's been a lot of turmoil over there. And like I said, because I think they still have the same coach. They have the same coach, right?
Yeah, as far as they have the right. No, they didn't fire their head coach.
Yeah, I don't think they did. So I think the thing with them is just like, because Alyssa Thompson, Kalia Copper is still playing great. Now is the point of what's that? McConney is how she playing this season, because you know last year she was playing great last year. You know, McConney and stuff like that. So I don't know if she taper up, but they bench have not been good this year at all. That's part of the problem. The bench. I look at some of the bench score and I'm just like, man, it's like paltry numbers and stuff like that. So that's a little bit a part of it, and some of it other teams have gotten better too. You know, like I said, don't get me wrong, Phoenix is a great team. You know, they got some great players with Copper and Thomas. Those are like the two players. You take them away, and really they just like they like a lottery team. You know, especially with AT out of there. Khalid Copper's a great player, so who knows? Maybe if they keep spiraling, they might have a fire sale, because that's what happens sometimes. If they figure they can't do it, they're gonna break the team up and get rid of them. Khalid Copper would be great on anybody's team. Alyssa Thomas already knows she's a dog, so you know she'll be great on anybody's team. She can help your team and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like I said, like it's just so far as like the injuries and some of like the departure that's left the team, is like they're not the same team from last year. You know, so. And like I said, it could be the point guard Makani. Like I said, she was great last year. Don't know how she's playing this season. She's really, you know, stepped her game up and stuff like that. Because point guard is a big thing. So if you got a good point guard, you're gonna do your team's gonna be a little bit better and stuff like that. Do a lot better than what they're doing. You know.
No, I mean, you're making some great points. I mean, you know, you helped me see something too. So you know, I really didn't see all. You know, I just focused on Satu. So. You know, and I really didn't look at all the other departures there. So yeah, that helps, especially when you get to the finals. So you know, losing all those key players, you know, that is going to impact your team. So you know, great point there, excellent point. So you know, hopefully they can get it together and get back to what we need to, what we want them to be going forward. So, do you think they can get it together though going forward?
No. They right now they're 8-17 on the season, man. They're 8-17. That's 25 games in another 19 games. Because like I said, there's no Satu on the team. There's no West Bold on the team and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, they got some wins against some like wins we didn't see coming. We thought, I mean, last year coming up, we was like, oh, they're gonna be a tough team, but this year the way they've been playing is just like they're an up and down team. You don't know what you're gonna get from game to game against them, if they're gonna show up or not. Right now, I think they're on a 3 or 4 game losing streak right now. They're just losing the team, so they got like I said, I think it's gonna be a fire sale, or somebody's gonna get fired, man. Because how you go from going to the finals and then just totally collapsing, you know. You lost some players, but then at the same time you got to bring in some players. If you lose players, you got to bring in players. But then again, I don't know how they salary cap things was. Maybe, you know, but if not, hey, they I think they got the 3rd or 4th worst record in the WNBA. So. Hey man, who knows? They could luck up and have the girl from Sunshine from Juju come on out there to the land of the Valley of the Sun. You just never know, man. You just never know how your fortunes turn in one season, man. But like I said, it's been just a colossal of things. Like I said, from the departures, the injuries, and some of it is coaching and stuff like that. So I think that everybody is to blame in that. It's not just like on one player or something like that, because Alyssa Thomas and Khalid Copper still performing. You know, and Juana Bonner, I think she wasn't there last year. I think she came back or something like that. So
came mid-season, last year.
Mid-season last year, so yeah. So and she's playing good too. So you know, I think like I said, it just starts from the bench area. The bench has like been bad, and also the point guard. I don't know, like Makani. Like I said, she might be having a good season, but like I said, I know the last game she didn't have a good game. So hopefully, like I said, if she steps up her game and you know, with them, I think they'll have a shot. You know, to at least you know, get the record a little bit better. But at 8-17, yeah, that's a lot of losses, man.
I got you. I can respect that. So appreciate everyone for being here. Thank you guys for always rocking with us and helping this channel grow, or this show grow. So make sure you guys hit the like button, sub up, and get notified to the Man-Cave, to Coach Edd, to the Aboriginal Sports Network, to the Hardcore Sports Network. All that information is there. If you're on Twitter, X, show the brothers some love, man. Show us some love. And if you're on Facebook, if you're on Facebook, give us a thumbs up, man. Appreciate everyone for being here. So I'm going to move on to the next topic. And as Liberty fan, you know, this is Shoegate. For those of you who don't know, I mean, because when it happened, I was just so baffled during the course of the game, because they said Benaj Laney got ejected. So I was like,
Right.
what happened? And what happened is, I think Jonquel Jones lost a shoe,
Mm-hmm.
and she was throwing the shoe down court because they went away. She was trying to throw it to Jonquel to get it to put on, and I forgot who it hit. It hit one of the opposing players, and the referees, because she threw it and it hit someone. Unfortunately, they had no choice. I mean, Benanja, you're a veteran. You know better than that. If anything, hold it till your teammates come back down the other end. That's really what you need to do. I think it hit Marina Mabry. That's who it hit.
Yeah.
It hit Mabry. So, hold it until your teammates come back down, and then you can toss it to her. She'll come over to the bench and she'll grab it. I'll be honest, I've never seen anybody throw a shoe and hit somebody on the court, but I mean, I was just like, oh man, but Nisha, come on, big, I mean, we need you as it is. So it just really it just really hurt.
Yeah. I mean,
Let me see what else. Go ahead.
yeah, I was just like, yo, because I was watching the game and I was just like, I didn't see from the other frame where it was coming from, but it's like, I mean, she threw that thing. Like I said, she must have had that thing on target. Now has she thrown it like towards like the scores table or something like that, then it would have been a little bit different. But I knew she was trying to help her teammate out by giving her the shoe because she didn't want to come back down court because that's an uneven playing, like with one shoe on, one shoe off, and stuff like that. So, but like Coach said, I ain't never seen nothing where it just like it hit his target, it went and just hit a player, and it has to be a technical foul. There's no other way around it. It has to be a technical foul. So I was cool with it and stuff like that. I kind of say it just an unfortunate incident, saying like that, but it was all good, man. It was weird, but Shoegate. Yeah, that's always gonna be Shoegate,
Yeah, that for me it is.
Everything is a gate.
Yeah, Anthony, I'm gonna say this because it's a chat, so the context of communication can get skewed. But when you say answer that question before you leave, if you're dictating to me, there's one thing about me: I don't take kindly to somebody dictating. Now, if you're asking me, could you answer that question before you leave with a question mark after the end? I'm more than happy to answer anybody's question and interact. I don't take things personally, but don't dictate to me. This is our show. We're family, yes, but we don't. Okay, see, there you go. That's how it's presented, yes. And I don't have an issue answering the question in that way. So, personally speaking, no, I don't want her on the team. I don't think she fits into what we already have here. It's already enough that New York is struggling. And look, New York is not doing well. I get it, but it's a new coach. Cave and I were talking about it. You even have Satu Sabli. You have Leona Phoebus. You have Pauline Aussier. You have Maureen Johannes. So it's like, you're bringing her in here for what? Right now, the point guard technically is Sabrina, because the starting five is Sabrina, Phoebus, Satu, Stewart, and Jonquel Jones. So are you telling me you're bringing Caitlin Clark to come off the bench? And I don't think that's what you're saying, or, that's what you're insinuating. Yes, I would think that if you bring her in, you would want to see her start. But who are you putting on the bench? Phoebus at 6'4", three-point shooting, fits into, really what they want to do defensively. She is a dog. You're not going to replace her with Satu Sabli, another 6'4", Stewie, another 6'4" player, and Jonquel Jones. Now, if you're telling me you're going to replace Sabrina Ionescu with Cece, no, because Liberty Nation will not go for that. I can tell you that they will fight you tooth and nail for that, because Sabrina is basically one of their own. There's I don't want to say it's a good debate between whose team it is between Stewie and Sabrina, and it goes back and forth. And I can't see you bringing CC in here, and the money alone would be crazy, because you have Satu Sabli didn't even make over $1 million. She got 880,000 over, I think it's 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't, me personally, I can't see Caitlin Clark coming to New York. So what about you, Cave?
Yeah, I mean, in free agency, I mean, if their coach is still here, I mean, I could see it though, because she's a 3-point shooter. He wants to run the Golden State offense and all that stuff. So I could see him having her here and stuff like that. And if she comes, she will be starting alongside Sabrina Ionescu and stuff like that.
Who are you sitting? Satu?
Phoebus will be on the bench. You know what I'm saying? She'll sit on the bench, and Cece will be in the starting lineup. Because if you paying her that type of money and she's bringing rankings, you're not sitting her on the bench. She's not coming off the bench and stuff like that. So yeah, she'll be in the starting lineup and stuff. I mean, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying for the Liberty, not for me. But for the Liberty, this I'm looking at from their standpoint. Yeah, they could do it because there's more what is it? Reviews. I mean, more revenues, more everything. Because, like I said, I mean, she's one of those players. Like, she has a following and everything, and she has a little mania and stuff like that. Little girls love her and stuff like that. So, yeah, she's a 3-point shooter. She's like Steph Curry and stuff like that. So that's what people want to see and stuff like that. So they would, I could see that, because that's what the coach, he's from Golden State. So that's what he likes, that type of offense and stuff like that. So, you know, but if you're talking about free agency, but that's could be like, I don't even know, what is the free agency, like 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line. That's what he's talking about.
Didn't she sign for 4 years, if I'm not mistaken? I thought it was a long-term contract. I don't think she signed for a year.
But what I'm saying is, like, it'll be after her contract, so it'll be another year or 2 years from now. So, like I said, and in WNBA, a lot of time, like, rosters overhaul within a year, 2 years. So
true.
I could see something like I said, who knows? Stewie might even retire. You just never know. You know, sometimes you just never know who's going. John Cole might not be here. So.
Okay, good point.
That's all it is, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I could see that happening and stuff like that. But as far as like some other teams, yeah, I mean, it depends on what other team, you know, will want. I know some other teams will want her, but the thing about it, with Indiana let it go, that's the only thing though. So they never let it go. It's a moot point. So it's just up to Indiana. If they ever let it go, then yeah. But if they never let it go, then it's not, you know.
But again, if she gets to free agency, then it's her choice. So, you know, but I get it. I'm just not a fan of it. That's me. So I just, you know, like you said, by the time she gets here, yeah, Stewie might be retired. So that's a great point. So, because Stewie is now, you might as well. Stewie's 32. So and Caitlin Clark probably won't get here for another 3 years, if that, 4 years, maybe. So I can't see it. So, but you made a great point. Stewie might be gone. Jonquil Jones might be gone. So yeah, you know. So yeah, I mean, I get it. I understand. You know, will DeMarco still be here? That's the other question. So
right.
You know, but we'll see. So, but hey, close out with and now we're going to go on to All-Star Snubs. Got whatchamacallit from ESPN. So, and you know, we're gonna take a look at some of the players who you know, who didn't make it. Here are the players who are on the roster. On the or who are all-stars. They, you know, for those of you who don't know, there's going to be a draft tomorrow. I think it's 3 or 3:30. I think who is it? Cooper and Witherspoon are going to be drafting the players. So your starters are Aaliyah Boston, Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark, Natasha Howard, Olivia Miles, Kelsey Mitchell, Jessica Shepard, Brianna Stewart, Gabby Williams, and Aja Wilson. Those are the starters. And then the reserves are Sonia Citron, Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, Kiki Iriafen, Jonquil Jones, Marina Mabry, Dominique Malunga, Nneka Omogule, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, Courtney Williams, and Jackie Young. And I think a couple of those are going to be out because of injury, if I'm not mistaken. I know Kelsey Plum is out, so I don't know who else will be out. I don't think anybody else is out. Yeah, Dominique is playing. Nneka, I think, is playing. Yeah, so. But
Asia, you know, Asia been out too.
You say Aja Wilson?
Yeah, she been
out.
No,
she just came back the last 2 games.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes like, hey, it can
I got you.
But I mean, you never know. You never know.
No, I got you. What you mean now. So, now Kareem Copeland, he said, depends on the interpretation, but he said Brittany Sykes deserves to be there. Brittany Sykes, Alyssa Thomas.
Oh, that's a big one. AT should be there. AT is,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Alexa, who covers the Liberty, talked about Veronica Burton.
Yeah.
That's one right there. Kalia Copper, we see who are you happiest to see? Yeah. Those are, some of the ones who, sitting here thinking about it, instantly I thought of AT. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then it went to Kalia Copper. Now I get it, they're not quote unquote winning.
Right.
But, I think that's what it boils down to. But what about you, Cave? Who do you think is a snub? Or is there anyone else that mentioned?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at, like I said, just like I look at that list. Alyssa Thomas, definitely. AT. Go back up again. Let me see the reserves. Definitely AT. I think Veronica Burton. I mean, I'm a Veronica Burton fan because, like I said, what she's doing with the Valkyries, man, it's crazy how she's leading that team, man. But you look at that Sonia Citron in Washington. Yeah, you can make a case like the Valkyries should have somebody in there. Like I said, I mean, Veronica Burton or Alyssa Thomas could be in there. I mean, Alyssa.
So who are you taking out? See, because always remember, they deserve to be there. So who are you taking out?
I could take Citron out. I could take her out and put Alyssa Thomas in there. I mean, that's easy. Alyssa Thomas is that dog. She's that player. She could dominate you. You could put her in there. She could just shut you down. Alicia Gray, of course, ATL, Ryan Howard, Kiki Arfin, John Quadrins, Marina Mabry, Dominic Malunga. Happy for her, man. Young player. NECA, Kelsey, Angel Reese, Courtney Williams, Jackie Young. I'll say Courtney Williams, but hey, I can't say it because guess what? They number one. They 18-6, so they are having an outstanding season, an amazing season. So I can't take her out. Jackie Young, yeah, Jackie's she's good. Angel Reese is having a great season in Atlanta, double doubles and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it'll just be Citron or something like that. And Kiki Arfin is she's like a rebounding machine now and stuff like that. She getting stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of hard to argue, but like I said, and the thing with Phoenix is just the record. There was a much better record that you can argue, and that's the only thing. That's why they're not on there because they're 8-17. They're having a disappointing season. So let me
ask you this. Okay, if you put in Copper and AT, would you take out? You said Citron, but what about John Quell?
I could see that too. I could take John Quell out. I don't have a problem with it. But it'll be for AT and Veronica Burton because Veronica Burton deserves to be there because the Valkyries are just giving out the business. So
yeah, but Kalia Copper is tops in scoring though in the league too.
No, yeah, hey, don't get me wrong, but you got to reward the teams that's doing good the record. That's the only thing. I reward the record. Hey, don't get me wrong. If Phoenix is number one, and also I'll be like, yo, get them up in there, but. Hey, I got to go with Veronica Burton and Valkyries because I know they can go in there and do some work.
I can't disagree with you there because, Golden State right now, the way they play defense, the way they play as a team, the way they shoot the threes, I mean, they got a squad up in there. They're very fundamentally sound. They play together. Matchups are always going to be the same, the issue when you come to the playoffs, but I think they can match up with just about almost anybody in the league. When you sit down, you take a look at the teams, top to bottom. So the only thing that hurts Golden State is they don't have a true 1A. That's really what it boils down to. But if you took most 1As, for example, if you took Kelsey and put her on Golden State, easily top in the league. Jackie Young is another one. Jackie Young could be a 1A over there for them because she has that ability. So Alicia Gray, she could fit in perfectly because she does play good defense. So, but again, that's the thing that hurts them is they don't have that true. I don't want to say 1A. They don't have that closer. because we heard that with Knicks. You don't have the 1A, you don't have the 1A, you don't. But we always had the closer, and you need that closer. So, and that's the only thing that worries me with Golden State when you get to the playoffs. Who's going to take that last second shot to win the game? So that other than that, yeah, I could see them playing for the championship this year.
Yeah, for me, as far as 1A for me, I'll have to say a big. I have to say somebody like a Nafisa Collier or Asia Wilson, somebody like that will easily make them the top team overall, man. If they had a Nafisa Collier on their team, they got Gabby Williams who plays similar to Nafisa, but Nafisa's she's that 1A, and Gabby's like right there, one B or 1C or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you put a Nafisa Collier on that team, and hey, they win the championship, man. You know what I'm saying? There'll be a tough for Asa Wilson and the Aces. There'll be a tough out, man. That'll be a tough because they give everybody fits. It don't matter who they play, they give everybody fits, man.
Yes.
When you play Golden State, boy, it's just like, oh man, it's like, yo, get your lunch pail and hard hat. It's gonna be a fight.
Look, the one who is fitting perfectly coming over there besides Gabby was whatchamacallit. Man, she just came over from Vegas and used to play with us.
Not Kayla Thornton. Was Stokes?
No, yeah, Kia Stokes.
Yeah, Stokes.
Being that rim protect, and look, she's starting to hit threes.
Mm-hmm.
She's hitting threes, and she was never. You never looked at her for her offense, so she fits well to be that defensive anchor for them. So, and yeah, you're right. She knows Aja, so Aja was over there. They would play well together. So yeah, that's all I'm saying with Golden State. They just need a closer. That's really all it boils down to.
Yeah, man.
They have a team. They play well together. Like you said, Burton definitely deserves to be an All-Star. Hell, I even love Chen coming off the bench, man. I mean, she fits in perfectly. So, Golden State, definitely, is that team, and it would not surprise me if they made it to the finals. And to be honest with you, it wouldn't even surprise me if they came away with the trophy. I just think I'm just that confident in them. I really believe in them. So
I know one thing: nobody wants to face them.
No,
Nobody wants to face them.
Nobody wants to face them. Nobody. So, and last thing, make sure you guys, drop your thoughts in the comment and join the discussion. Appreciate everyone so far who's been here. Look, I don't take anything personally. I like the back and forth. It's good. It's good for the show. So hopefully I hope no one thinks that, I'm trying to, be confrontational. No, it's a debate. That's what you're supposed to do. Come at it. So now, Paige Beckers with the argument about more Black women coaches in the WNBA. Cave, what's your thoughts on what Paige says, standing up to speak out, and the point of having more Black women coaches in the WNBA?
Man, first thing, shout out to Paige Beckers, man, for her doing that, man. Like I said, that was big on her part, and it shows you like the type of person that she is, and the humble background and beginnings that she come from and stuff like that. She recognized there's a lot of young players who don't. How can I say it? They don't
know how to use their voice.
And it's not just for that, but it's like they don't pay homage. They don't pay homage to former players and pioneers of the league and stuff like that for back in the day, and athletes and things. And she like I said, she's a player who knows. She pays homage and she gives respect to people before her and stuff like that. And her words, she chooses her words carefully and stuff like that. And I mean, just listen to her talking and stuff like that. I was just like, man, okay. All right, I was just everything I agree with her 100%, man. There should be more Black coaches in the league. Like I said, a lot of the players are, Black players and stuff like that, and then some white players too. Like I said, but what is it like? How many teams? Like 16 teams?
It's 15 teams right
15
now.
Teams. Yeah, so it's like, at least about half should be Black coaches, women coaches and stuff like that. And I know they get some men coaches in there and stuff like that. But there's been some women coaches, like I said, there's some women coaches in college. Like I said, we already know Dawn Staley is one that can come up there, come up to the W and stuff like that. You got some other coaches in college basketball and stuff like that. So, I mean, what's name was one of them. I used to love what's name. I mean, I know coach is going to get happy because C. Vivian Stringer, boy, she was one of the most respected coaches out there and stuff like that. She would have been great for this league and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, hey, I totally agree. It's like everybody should get an opportunity and shot like that and stuff like that. Like I said, and then you have some coaches who got, like Teaspoon, she got fired, like I said, after one season, which I didn't think should have happened. It's just unbelievable, so – but like I said, maybe this will open up more eyes and more things like that for it to come and stuff like that. But I also think, like I said, some coaches, like I said, some of them are due to become head coaches, and some of them, like I said, you look at what's name for the Lakers and stuff like that. Lindsey Harding. Lindsey Harding is another one that's going to be a coach soon. I mean, because she done been with the Lakers, I think the Spurs, so she's like to have Becky Hammond as well. She got that training and stuff like that. She'll be the next coach, and of course I got a soft spot because she's a Dookie, one of the great all-time Duke women's basketball player with Elena Beard, so always good for Lindsey Harding and stuff like that, man. But yeah, man, Paige Becker's statement is, her thing spoke volumes and stuff like that, man. So I agree with Paige Becker's and stuff like that.
I do too. And the one thing I want to start by saying is this. Look, I'm glad she said black women coaches and not minority coaches, because that would have been a big slap in the face of the head coach out in Seattle. The Golden State is the other one, yes, but Seattle. She's Indian, of Indian background, and then the head coach Nasaki, I think I said her name right. Nasaki, she's of Asian descent. So I don't want to mix it up when that's why I'm glad she didn't say minority coaches, because there was someone I was talking to who said, yeah, they need more minority coaches. I said, they have minority coaches. And he looked at me, he said, no, they don't. And I said, that's just what I said. And he didn't realize it. He's not a big WNBA fan. So that's the other thing. So, but I'm with you. I'm glad she stepped up and she made that statement. You need more of the white players in the league stepping up and speaking their voice and adding their voice to this point here, because you do need the black women coaches in the league, because let's be real, the league is consistent of 55-60% of black players. This league was built on a lot of black players' backs. You have some great young black women coaches. One who I wish the Liberty had brought in, Brianna January. Yes, she's with Indiana, but she is one hell of a coach. I remember her as a player, but I could watch her when she played. She was a natural leader. She knows the game. She knows the game very well. She knows this league very well. And there's plenty of others throughout the league who can be great stewards in the head coaching position. So that's why I wanted to bring this up and make it a point that we acknowledge this. Paige Beckers, as a young player, stepping up and putting her voice to this is powerful. It's powerful. And the other owners in the league need to open their eyes and pay attention to this, because before long, you may start to look, and you have rival leagues now. You have rival leagues. Say what you want about the Unrivaled and all the other leagues, even playing overseas. If black players leave this league, where does it go? Because and I don't think they're going to do that. That's going to the extreme. So please don't think that's what I think will happen. That's not what I'm calling for. But if that did happen, it would really hurt the WNBA. And then the support that they may get from the NBA, the support they do get from the NBA would dwindle away also. So look, WNBA owners, general managers, do right just do right. Now, if the candidates are equal across the board, you know what? Don't hire someone just because they're black. I'm not even saying that.
Right.
But you know what? If someone is qualified and they're black and they're a woman, don't go hiring someone else because you just want that person because you relate to them better. Sometimes you know what? Put the person who's best for the job. Do you want to win? And that's what it boils down to with me. So, but again, like you said, kudos to Paige. Appreciate her for stepping up and doing that. And hopefully more players in the league will step up and put their voice to it. Not just the black players, but the white players in there, Latino players, all of them. Everyone needs to step up and speak out, and right is right and be fair across the board. So that's all I wanted to bring this up, put this on the table and talk about it. So anything else you want to talk about before we get ready to get out of here, Cave?
I guess just like the All-Star game, as far as like, I can't wait to see it and stuff like that, man. It's gonna be great. Like I said, man, get to see Olivia Miles, a rookie, some rookie, some rookie flavor and stuff like that. And I guess get to see the most important thing, Teaspoon against Coop, man. Haven't seen Coop in decades, man. So hey, man, her being coaches and stuff like that, or I don't know how they do is like, I don't know if she just picked a team, or they're gonna coach them, or
no, they're picking the team. They're picking the team.
Yeah, so but it was great for them to pick those players from from the past and stuff like that to pick the team and stuff like that. And like I said, I haven't seen Coop in them eons, man. So it was great,
Great,
man.
One thing before, I'm glad you said Olivia Miles, and it just dawned on me. So shout out to her for Olivia Miles. Come on, man, open up. I hate my damn Twitter. Here he is. She reached 400 points. Yeah, she's the fastest in NBA history to reach 400 points, 100 rebounds, 100 assists, and hitting those in just 22 games. So I wanted to give her a round of applause.
Fastest player to reach 400 points.
Congratulations. Well done.
Exactly. I mean,
22 games?
Yes, in 22 games. 22. That speaks volumes. That's why some people don't realize how special of a player, Jersey girl also. So gotta throw that out there. But no, seriously, I mean, the way she's playing, that's why, when we don't have to worry about this game, to be honest with you. As long as you do right by it, it's in great hands going forward. And when you have players like her hitting these marks, it's like, yes, keep doing your thing, keep going out there, keep shining. You're playing on the best team, you're leading. That's the other thing. She's a rookie and she's leading. The
number one team, 18-6.
Yes, exactly. So what's up, Wendy? If black women were coaches, there wouldn't be white.
I don't get that one.
I don't understand what you're saying, Wendy.
There wouldn't be white players. There's white players regardless, man. They come in with blacks, whites, all type of players, man. Nah, they garner. Like I said, they garner. They just, like I said, her game is just like that, man. I don't watch games and stuff like that, man. She gets in and around and stuff like. She gets where she wants to go. Maybe not be the fastest, but she is very crafty. That's the thing. She's very crafty. And like I said, man, at the end of the day, hey, man, you got to put that ball in the bucket, man. You got to put it in the basket. You know what I'm saying? It's like they can't help you do it for you. You got to put it in there. So kudos to her and stuff like that. But like I said, 18-6 on the season, man. Number one, without their star player, Nafisa Collier, man. Rookie came in and took on the mantle, helped with Courtney Williams and Natasha Howard. What? Man, you got to give a lot of respect to her, man, for that, man. A lot of respect to her.
Wendy, I just have a hard time agreeing with that point. They would not be bench warmers. You would not see a Breanna Stewart sitting on the bench.
Right. Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi.
Sue Bird, yes. Sabrina Ionescu right now in today's game, Sonia Citron. I just find it hard to accept that thought that if you have black women coaches, that white players will be regulated to the bench. I'm sorry. I just can't agree with that. I, I think that, look, a coach is a coach. I've been a coach for 40 plus years. I've never coached someone because of the color of their skin. I look at their abilities on the field, the diamond, the court, the ice. Anyone who knows me will tell you I'm very fair, and I'm very strong. I'm very critical of coaches. Now, are there some coaches who, yes, black, white, yes, there are coaches who based on race. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm delusional to think there aren't some who think like that. But every black woman coach is going to regulate white players to the bench? No, disagree with you. Sorry. So you're entitled to your opinion. I just don't agree with it. I'm not going to subscribe to it. So we're just going to leave it there. So, but you have anything you want to say, add to that, Kate, before we get out of here?
I don't believe that because, like I said, all these other great players in the past are not going to be on the bench. It don't, regardless of what color skin you are. If you're a good player, you're a good player. That's how it is. If you look at all the rankings, where's all the rankings that coming out of high school all the time? There's like all different colors of girls come out and stuff like that they ranked. They don't just rank a certain, so. The AAU circuit, all that stuff, man. All the AAU ball on stuff. There's just so many travel teams and all that stuff, man. There's so many great players, man, and stuff like that.
Great players, right? Exactly. It don't matter who they are, the color of their skin, whatever. I just like seeing good ball players. That's all I look for. I don't care what color they are, really. I really don't. I mean, look, she got game. That used to be our old tag, but
yeah, man, it's like, she could ball.
Exactly, she can ball. So, but hey, you got anything on chat this week? I'm sorry, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, just like look at Cooper Flag, look at all these guys from other, other leagues and stuff like that, man. It's like that's what makes the game good, man, to see all these players. And everybody could say, hey, this player ain't this. It's like, well, they must be something if guess what? They're giving people the business. They've been giving people the business in high school. They're giving them the business in tournaments and games and stuff like that, and they showing up and showing out, and then they come to the NBA, they showing up and showing out, and hey, they gotta be good. It's like they not just put here just by coincidence, or just somebody trying to have an agenda, they're just good. They're talented. That's all it is, a talent. If you're talented, you're talented,
Exactly.
Yeah, but not so much this week for me, man. It's like not so much on tap. I'm gonna give you a chance. I gotta try to get some Knicks and some pipe, some talk about some summer league and stuff like that. Some guys so I might decide when I'm gonna do that and stuff like that, man. Talk about that,
Right.
It's like dead season's like the dead season right now, But like I said, still off the championship high. You know what I'm saying? So, still off the championship high. I can't. Sometimes I just gotta pinch myself, right? Be like, you're not delusional. You know what I'm saying? Like, people like, are you crazy? Yeah,
at least they
no championships.
At least they did it before I hit my final resting place.
I know, man. I know. It's like, what they said. Guess what? Because we don't have another 53 years.
Exactly. We got the one, so that's all that matters. So, all right.
I think the most important thing is for the millennials. They can see that. You know what I'm saying? They can see it in their lifetime. So people's like, when the last time they won? When what you call it? You know how they talk about go back in history? Like, was they writing with ink pen back then or something? You know what I'm saying? When they
Oh yes.
So man, it was so crazy, man. But yeah, man, it's good, man. Like I said, man, hey, we got the monkey off our back. Hey, now it's like, hey, I don't even care what happens the next time. I don't even care, man. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Exactly. So, all right. Tap in tomorrow with me. Pick and Roll Podcast 5:30 with Rios, Blaze, Mitch. We're gonna be talking all the happenings in the NBA. So there'll be more basketball to talk about, as well as tomorrow night. Me and NYG, also known as Unpopular Opinion Sports, talking the heart of the city, going around and talking everything sports on the sports scene in New York and we may talk a little other stuff. So tap in tomorrow around 9:30. We'll be on. So, and I'll be on throughout the week, whether it's doing reading attack or with my boy Philly halftime, where we're talking the halftime coaching adjustment show. Just two old farts talking sports, life, love, question of the day, whatever it is. So, but until then, we appreciate everyone. We'll be back. Leaf should be back hopefully next week. He's on vacation, so and All-Star, the All-Star game is
safe travels. It's on right now. It's just on right now.
No, I mean the WNBA All-Star.
Is that when is that, the 20th?
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully we'll be able to talk more going forward, and we'll see. Maybe we'll be streaming the WNBA All-Star game. You never know. So, but you got it.
Yeah, I think their stuff is. It got to be
the 23rd.
The 20. Yeah, I think it's like the 20. Let me see. The 23rd.
Should be a Sunday, right?
No, it's not the 23rd. They keep saying like the 25th. I think it's the 25th.
Okay, that should be a Sunday, right?
That's a Saturday. Saturday, 8:30 p.m.
Okay. Well, who knows? Like I said, maybe we'll, if permitted, we'll stream it. Hey, we want to see is, we can see a good basketball game, because it is competitive. It's not your typical All-Star.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be competitive. These ladies be competitive. They ain't no like, what is it, the Pro Bowl?
So, matter of fact, that should be a week from Saturday. This coming Saturday. Okay, yeah.
Where's it gonna be? Let me see. Where's it gonna be?
Is it in Chicago?
They didn't even say it. Let me see. Okay, I'll see. Yep, you're right. It's Chicago. United Center.
Okay. All right. Well,
8:30 p.m.
Well, we'll be talking more about it next week. So make sure you guys tapped in for another episode of the Courtside View in the W. So, but until then, it's my brother Cave. I'm Coach Edd. We gonna be up out of here. Y'all stay safe, stay cool wherever you're at,
One more
enjoy.
Thing.
Yeah.
On your way out the door, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man. On your way out the door for Coach Edd Sports, the Man Cave Podcast, Hardcore Sports Network, Aboriginal Sports Network, Leaf Diggy. And if you're following on X, formerly Twitter, all you got to do is hit the follow button, man. That's all you got to do, hit the follow button, man. And make sure you hit that like button, man. Get that algorithm going and stuff like that. Make sure you leave a comment, man. Discuss, you can talk about what we discuss on the show and give us your thoughts and opinions and stuff like that. We'll love to hear back from you guys, man. So interact with the show, and hey, we'll catch you guys on the next time.
All right, everyone, stay safe. Peace.
Yo, welcome to the Man Cave. Drown they legends. WNBA news. We about to ring the bell. Leave Diggy, Coach Edd, we got the scoop. On and off the court, watch the power hoop. From the hardwood glory to the locker room chats. We cover it all, ain't no need for no stats. Sipping on knowledge, pouring out the truth. Supporting the queens who brings the fire, that's the proof. So sit back, turn it up, let the stories unfold. WNBA, we bring the heat, the future's bold. In the Man Cave where the legends collide. Leaf Diggy and Coach Edd got that East Coast pride. What? WNBA vibes, we breaking it down. From the game to the grind, let's wear that crown. Stay tuned in, we keeping it real. The stories of strength and the heart that you feel. Dishing out knowledge like assist, we aim. In the Man Cave where we elevating the game. So grab your seat, let the action ignite. WNBA, we bring it to light. Keep it tight.